I'm recording this video as we are just a few hours away from new 2025 year. I would like to reflect for just a few minutes on how horrible and honestly awful 2024 was to me, and maybe draw some positive conclusions, if any. And if you've had a really bad year, then you can relate, but if you've had a really amazing year, then you can feel probably even a little bit better about yourself, knowing that you dodged a lot of things that could happen to other people. So my year started pretty good. So January, February was just really slow, kind of cold and nasty. Nothing was really happening. And then in March, I got a really bad case of flu. And I know for sure it wasn't COVID or a cold or anything like that, but my nasal part was so congested and I had such horrible headaches. I could not get out of bed for 3 days straight, and I also couldn't be on my phone because I had a terrible headache, and I couldn't listen to any audiobooks or anything, so I could just lay in bed and pray and hope that I would get a little bit better. It took me probably another 4 weeks of just working out a little bit more and going out to breathe some fresh air so that the color will come back to my face. But I was shocked at how badly you can get taken out by just a flu. And then later in March, my mom had a stroke and she was in hospice for a week and she passed away in March. And that pretty much kind of set everything off with the tone for this year, because every other horrible thing that happened to me, I was like, this is really bad, but also my mom is not here. And the most ridiculous part of this year was just how many challenges and difficulties I've had. And I couldn't catch a break. They all happened either at the same time or subsequently, just one after another. And I just kept thinking, can I just catch a break for a few weeks where nothing bad or terrible happens and I can just live my life and enjoy for a little bit and not cry myself to sleep. I genuinely did not know how to live afterwards, because I feel like moms teach us everything except for how to live our life without them. And even though I kind of saw it coming, you also are just prepared but so unprepared. And I almost think that when mom dies, brain chemicals, there's a huge change in the brain, that you look at life and everything with completely different eyes. Life is so unpredictable. Today you're alive and happy and well, and tomorrow you're not. Today you have everything and tomorrow you have nothing. Nothing is constant, and stability is just not there. So then by August I was kind of starting to get a little bit better, and then I experienced just such sadness and I guess depression that I needed to take breaks, a lot of breaks from my job. And I wish I could say, you know what, this year was horrible, but at least I made a lot of money to compensate for that. And I can't even say that, because I needed to take all these breaks to even take care of myself, and I needed to allow myself that, well, if today is a bad day, I'm just gonna stay in bed all day. And then a couple of days turned into a couple of weeks, because at the same time I was also dealing with so many other personal things, like all of us do, and part of adulthood, to be going through things. Very rarely is it a period of life when everything is completely fine. And if you are in such a period right now, you should not be taking it for granted, because it's only so long before some engine light will go off in your car, or you will have some car problems, because that's been my case too. I've had a fair share of car problems as well. And just throughout the entire year after that, it was just coping, surviving, and I just needed a complete mental reset. And at the same time, it's really hard because I can't talk to my mom about other difficult things I'm going through in life. And I guess to draw a few positive and good conclusions from this year and how I view everything that happened to me, when you hit rock bottom, absolute what feels like rock bottom in your life, the one and only nice thing about it is that anything that happens to you that's a little bit nicer, a little bit better, feels like such an upgrade. Feels like such a huge upgrade to your life, because you have been through so much pain and difficulty and struggle, that anything even remotely nicer is wow, I am so blessed. Also, I feel all of this stress and worry and sadness and grief has put like extra years on me. I feel like I've noticed just this year I'm getting like new wrinkles on my face. I've noticed that I just feel heavy, I feel older, I feel like all this emotional baggage is added. And then also I feel like the state of the world, the state of the economy has been so strange. I see a lot of people and families struggling. The cost of everything has just gone up so much, and it feels like there's a lot of suffering, especially around this Christmas season. I didn't even feel like Christmas. I was just like trying to get through, and I'm usually a Christmas fanatic. I just wasn't in the mood because the doom of everything was kind of hard to shake off. I don't know what it is, but there was definitely something in the air this year, whereas I just felt it was palpable. I'm going through a lot, but also they're going through a lot. And I guess when you become an adult, you can read the room a little bit better, and you can see that really everybody else is struggling. We're just all trying to put a brave face when going out, because obviously you're not going to be crying and having a mental breakdown out in public. I have found within myself just a lot more empathy towards others, and knowing that I'm struggling, but so is everybody else. Even though all of these like bad and negative things happen to me, I still try to see positive and good through all of this. I hope that next year, you know what, I'm not even gonna say things like 2025 is gonna be my year, because every single year I said this, it was in fact not my year. A life is a gift, growing older is a privilege. I want to focus on gratitude and things I have and memories I have created with my mom. And I hope that even if you did also have a really difficult and really crappy, really terrible year, I hope that you'll find strength to keep going, find new hope in the next day, and I hope that next year will treat us better. Thank you.